Education was a big part of my childhood. My mom taught for 30 years, and so I was always in her classroom with books at home, and I was always really excited about school and studying and going to school. And so I think that it wasn't ever something that I didn't want to do, that I didn't want to go on to higher education.
I'm from a small farming community in Whitefield, Maine. My family has a small beef operation. I think growing up on the farm kind of gave me the experience that I need to make the decision as to what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
My parents were supportive, but also very clear that there was an expectation that I would do all that I could to pay for half of our family contribution.
Abby's always set high expectations for herself and always set high goals and achieved those goals. I didn't have the opportunity to attend college, and I want what's best for my kids. The Roy side of the family is just hardworking, whatever it takes to get it done type people.
It can be very hard to find a vet, especially if you live in rural areas, and a good vet at that. It's not something that a lot of people want to do because it's not as financially rewarding as, say, being a regular medical practicing doctor. It's something that I've always wanted to do. Growing up, seeing the vet come to the farm, it was just the highlight of my day. The work ethic part is the part that I think I appreciate the most. When I was younger, I didn't appreciate it as much, I guess you could say, because no one wants to go out and do chores at 8 o'clock every night, and no one wants to throw hay all summer while their friends are all hanging out at the beach. It would really be a good way for me to give back to the state of Maine because it is an underserved career.
He set his mind, and he set it way early, and he's been following through with it. He'd probably tell you today, there's no one's going to stop him from being a vet. One way or the other, he'll get there.
I feel that Maine has been such a huge factor in the person that I am today, and I really want the opportunity to give back to the state and to help other Maine students have the opportunities that I've had. This one scholarship in particular that my mom was really excited about me applying for was the Mitchell Scholarship, because she teaches at the George Mitchell School in Waterville.
George Mitchell's one of my heroes. You know, I think he's a wonderful man. I know about his story in Waterville, I know about his upbringing, and I know what he's gone to accomplish.
So my senior year, I remember the application process and how stressful that was and how excited I was when I finally got accepted into schools, and then I kind of had to start looking at affordability.
My family makes a very moderate income, so they really can't afford to send me to school, so I have to pay for my own schooling.
I'm going to tell you right now, Jeff is a kid who doesn't want to ask for money. He doesn't. He just feels guilty about it, and he'll say, well, I think somebody else could use it more than me.
And my mom was very helpful. She made a thermometer that we put in our stairwell, and so I applied for every scholarship that I was eligible in order to fill that thermometer.
When she applied for the Mitchell Scholarship, we were hoping, but it's very competitive. I was just really excited that the name George Mitchell would be associated with Abby.
All said and done, I ended up applying for approximately 30 scholarships.
So on the day that he found out he got it, he was ecstatic, and we were too. We were just like, I think I cried.
Her freshman year, she wanted to come home for October break. She hadn't been home, and the Mile Weekend is that weekend, and she really wanted to come home, and we really said, no, you need to go. You need to go to Mile Weekend. And she had had like the weekend of her life, and then she went to the gala, she went to the leadership workshop. She's taken every opportunity to do everything that she can do. And then imagine in the summer when she told us that she was going to be an intern for the Mitchell Institute.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
And at that time, the idea of everything that I could do with the Mitchell Institute was really pretty overwhelming. And I didn't really expect to be brave enough to take advantage of it, I guess, because I felt like that was something that other people would do. And so to be given these opportunities is really exciting.
You know, we looked at it as the money at first, but then we started to learn soon after that, once he got involved with the Mitchell Institute, what it really meant. The Mile Weekend was the first exposure I think Jeff had to what Mitchell Institute had to offer, and he came back and shared his experience with us, and that's where he really learned what it was all about and what it would offer him. And indeed, he ended up applying for a fellowship.
I came to realize that they were a lot more than just a check once a year, that they were very much a family network, and they strived to make my life easier as well as the other scholars.
We started them out on the path, and I hope that they can continue on this path, and the Institute has really made this possible for us.
My name is Abby Roy. I grew up in Winslow, Maine, and I am the 2012 Mitchell Scholar from Winslow High School. I'm now a sophomore at Bowdoin College, where I'm studying sociology and education, and I plan to work in the education field as a teacher, and then we'll see where things go from there.
And you're the parent sitting there, and they're announcing that it's your son that got that Mitchell Scholarship. It was a pretty neat feeling.
My name's Jeff Figue. I'm from Whitefield, Maine. I'm a 2011 Mitchell Scholar from Coney High School. I'm currently a third-year major in animal science with a concentration in pre-veterinary medicine here at the University of Maine. I want to be a large animal vet.